Starting leg one at car number one of Belgium's World Rally Championship heroes, Bruno Thiry, the brand new Subaru Impreza 555 in Wildenfield colours. First time out, first time he's ever driven a Subaru, and in fact he'd only had 3 days of testing in the car before the event. Immediately, driver, co-driver and machine seemed to gel perfectly in one of the top flight WRC versions of Subaru's customer car.
Allez, on se concentre, ça va être fini. Et gauche 25 plus sur droite 20.
Another of Belgium's World Rally Championship drivers, and the reason that the country is so desperate to have an event. Freddy Loix started in second in his Toyota, and another local hero, Patrick Snijers, started third in his WRC version of the Ford Escort, run by the British engineering concern RED. In a host of top-flight entries, Andrea Aghini from Italy started fourth, another Toyota Celica GT4, probably one of the last times the car will be seen in top-flight competition. The new Corolla should come on strong soon. Gregoire de Mevius of Belgium, another World Rally Championship regular, in his Ford Escort started 5. And another Toyota, this time Henrik Lundgaard of Denmark, in 6th starting position. It may be pretty much defunct everywhere else, but Mazda's 323 GTR lives on in Belgium. Gabi Gudezun, one of the Belgian Championship regulars in this machine, bringing it out on a top-flight European event. But trouble for another Belgian, Mark Timmers, his Peugeot 306 Maxi kit car, which he's struggled with all season, having a major shunt on the first stage. Leading Formula 2 then, Bernard Munster, regular driver of his Renault Maxi Megane on Belgian events, and really getting to grips with a front-wheel drive racer this season. Kurt Heckters starting 21, the leading hope for Belgium in his Lancer Evolution in Group N. But Christian van Woensel, another championship regular now fully adapted to his Lancer, looks like giving him a hard time. So into the early going then, and Bruno Thiry and Stéphane Prouveau really gelling with this Subaru Impreza. And the works claiming there are no special tweaks on it, it is a genuine customer car. Andrea Aghini and Loris Rogier very quick indeed in their Toyota, catching teammates Freddy Loix and Sven Smits by surprise. They're still trying to get over the disappointment of a torrid Acropolis rally. Danes Henrik Lundgaard and Fred Pedersen going extremely well in their Toyota as well, and Toyota, with the exception of Subaru, dominating proceedings here, because the World Rally Championship Ford Escort's not really on the case. Even Patrick Snijers, a 4 times winner of Ypres, unable to challenge the Group A cars on a regular basis. The same story for Gregoire de Mevius, the multiple World Group N champion, now a full-fledged Escort WRC driver, but struggling. But they're all ahead of the 2-wheel drive Maxi Megane, Bernard Munster. Attacking hard, but 2-wheel drive will be a big problem for him in the mixed conditions. Christian van Woensel very quick out of the blocks indeed, leading Group N. And the European summer continues, striking Belgium. Thiry on slicks in a rain shower. And for Bruno Thiry, a number of poor tyre choices in the mixed conditions of the first and second days hamstring his efforts, but he won't give up. And when things are going well, they go extremely well for Thiry. So leg 2, day 2, and Bruno Thiry, the overnight leader, opens up with some cracking times on the early stages. Andrea Aghini of Italy was third on day 1, behind Toyota's Henrik Lundgaard, so Toyota's 2 and 3. Gregoire de Mevius, 6th, was the best Ford Escort at the end of the first leg of this event. Freddy Loix, 1 place ahead of him, but determined to fight back on the second day. Patrick Snijers was Loix's first victim of the day, dropping him down to 5th after an overnight 4th place. And here's another of the customer Impreza 555s, that's Belgian Michael Mays. could Heckters in 21, fighting to undo the damage of day one and close on the Group N leader Van Woensel. Mistakes like that don't help anybody's concentration. Patrick Snijers still best of the Fords despite appalling luck with his tyre choices, never seeming to be on the right rubber. And Gianluigi Galla of Italy, in another of the Escort WRC machines on the wet pavé on slicks, finding that grip even in the four-wheel drive supercar really is at a premium. Freddy Loix on the attack, and as the rally goes down to Wallonia, the French-speaking part of southern Belgium on day two, the crowd's coming out in great numbers to support him. Andrea Aghini closes to within 21 seconds of him at the end of the first leg. And Bruno Thiry down to third place now. Gregoire de Mevius dropping behind Patrick Snijers after a steering problem in sixth overall. But Snijers is not impressed with this three-day event. He's won the 24-hour version and clearly likes that better. Bernard Munster miles ahead in Formula 2, all on his own in seventh. Henrik Lundgaard looking very comfortable indeed. The third Toyota in the top four. He is in fourth place. Freddy making poor suspension choices on day two, running the car too soft, still somehow holding on to his lead. Snijers struggling again on the tyres. But for Andrea Aghini, things going very well indeed. The Italian in second place and backing up his teammate. For Bruno Thiry, a disappointing day. He'd hoped to grab the lead, but he just couldn't get close enough to Freddy Loix to do it. De Mevius has had some good World Rally Championship outings this season, and despite the lack of pace in the escorts, he's going well here too. And as usual in Belgium, the Mitsubishi is controlling Group N. Van Woensel leads in car number 26. And here's yet another one of those Subaru Imprezas. 15 is Frank Brocart, the Belgian 14th overall. Good Heckters, second in Group N, but 57 seconds behind Van Woensel, the class leader. Straight again, number 11, the 306 Maxi kit car. Mark Timmers, though, 19th after that off on day one. Another Mazda, this is Frank Monsieur, 15th overall and on the wrong tyres here in the biggest way possible. Freddy de Keersgeiter getting it all wrong in their Toyota and recovering nicely. Meanwhile, Freddy Loix and Toyota holding on to the lead despite a spin in the rain on slicks. So the start of leg 3, Loix 22 seconds ahead with just 4 stages to run. But again, the rain intervenes in proceedings and Thiry, driving like a man inspired, takes 7 seconds and then 10 seconds from Loix on the first 2 stages. Loix now concentrating on trying to avoid trouble and hold on to that first place. Henrik Lundgaard charging hard, trying to make it to Toyota 1, 2, 3. Aghini, second after leg 2, could win this one if Loix and Thiry make mistakes. Mevius slips all the way down to 6th after leg 2, unable to match the Group A cars. And 3 stages with damaged steering on the Mike Little prepared Escort really hamstrung his second day efforts. As for Bernard Munster, no problems with the car other than the fact that only 2 of the wheels are driven, and in the very mixed conditions he was a long way behind the leaders. Comfortably ahead in Formula 2, but 7 minutes behind the nearest car. Pierre Dumoulin in his escort, like Munster, a Belgian championship regular. And lots of support coming from the locals for all their heroes, particularly for Thiry as he piled on the pressure, making this a fight to the finish. And just look at the size of the crowds here in this appalling weather.
Gauche 25 moins. 50. Gauche 20 bref, droite 20. Sur droite 30 plus, long gauche 30 plus, garde. Long droite à fond. 50. Droite 25 plus tard. Gauche 25 corde, droite 25 corde.
Well, for Thiry, his persistence very nearly paid off as Freddy Loix dropped more time with a spin on the penultimate stage. Only 5 seconds separated the two cars as they went into the final test of the event. Would it be Toyota and Loix, or would it be Subaru and Thiry? Well, for Loix, the pressure was really on. This one was here for the winning. He had to be cautious and quick on the final test. Aghini, nearly 45 seconds behind, was losing touch with the lead battle, seemingly having settled for third place. A further 20 seconds back down the road, Henrik Lundgaard, and he in fourth place seemed to have settled for his position as well. After those 3 stages with damaged steering on the second leg, Mevius just couldn't get back into contention. And as for Snijers, he was damned with his tyre choices. Wrong when he gambled, wrong when he tried to play safe. A wretched event for the 4 times former winner of the Ypres Rally. But for Group N leader Van Woensel, no problems at all. He kept his near 1 minute lead all the way through the final day. Kurt Heckters never really recovered from his time lost on day one, as quick as Van Woensel on the second and the third legs, but there was a minute between them at the finish. Well, what sort of a Belgian rally would it be without a Citroën Saxo? This is Pascal Gabin's kit car version, 14th overall and 2nd in Formula 2. What a meaty machine. Just as the Walloons have been out in strength on day 2, the Flemish were out on day 3, cheering on Loix on the final stages on his way to victory. Thiry just wouldn't give in. He was only 7 seconds behind as they came out of the final stage. It really could have gone either way. Third place for Andrea Aghini, 2 Toyota drivers on the podium. And adding to Toyota's joy, Lundgaard brought his car home in 4th. Bernard Munster dominated Formula 2 for Renault, a well-deserved result. Well, the layout may have been criticised, but there was no doubting the action. Loix winning by 7 seconds from Thiry.